Hi everyone, we got a great show for you today, but before we start, we wanted to let you know next Saturday, April 29th, we're going to be on Chef AJ at 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 10 o'clock on the Pacific Coast time. So wanted to let you guys know we're excited, and I mean, we have been waiting for this for a long time, right babe?
We certainly have. Yep, we've been waiting for a long time. So it's very exciting. Next Saturday, our show will air at 10 a.m. Eastern, just like it does every Saturday. And then we'll be on Chef AJ Live at 1 p.m. So you can spend the day with me and Terry next Saturday if you like, or you can watch repeats.
Exactly. Yeah. So you can't wait for you guys to join us. Hopefully you can call in, give us some questions, and support us. So thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
On to the show. Hi everyone, I'm Terry.
And I'm Angel.
And we have got a sweet treat for you today. What do we got, babe?
Yes, we do. So we've had so many people writing in asking for raw or whole food plant-based desserts.
Yes.
And so I wanted to deliver at your request. I love when you ask for stuff because it helps us think of video content. But I've come up with something that is a dessert. It's delicious. And it's in the most purest form that you can get the food. And I'm going to show you the baked version in the oven and the dehydrated version in the dehydrator. So you can eat these as a whole food plant-based, as a raw person, or just as any person, because I think you would enjoy these. So like I said, it's 3 ingredients total. Anybody can do this. The only thing that's going to get a workout during you making this is your food processor. That's it. So 3 ingredients: whole raw almonds, 1 cup.
Okay.
1 cup of steel cut oats. So this is basically oat groats that have been cut with steel. So you could use oat groats if you have those, but it's just in the purest form. So not using the rolled oats because they're really great for you, but they're a little bit processed. So I'm trying to use everything as clean and raw and unprocessed as possible.
Right, nice.
So 1 cup of steel cut oats, and then 1 cup of medjool dates. I did count them when I was doing it, so depending on the size of your dates, because as we know, dates come in all sizes in the box, so somewhere between 12 and 14 dates it was to make 1 cup.
Nice.
So,
and that's why I said the sweet treat, because the sweetness comes from
the dates.
The dates.
Absolutely.
So,
and
it'll make
it's
it
very
delicious.
sweet. So it's going to taste like an almond butter cookie. We keep calling them peanut butter cookies, but it's not really peanut butter, it's almond butter. So 1 cup, 1 cup, 1 cup, pure.
Easy to remember.
Very easy to remember. So 1 cup of raw almonds goes into your food processor. And we are going to process these until it turns into a nut butter.
Okay.
So when we turn this on, we will let it go and go for a little bit, and then scrape it down 1 time, turn it on again, and I notice myself having to just pull the almonds off the side twice as I do it, and then I get a nut butter. So we'll show you as we go along.
All right.
Awesome. So let's go for our first.
Pulse this?
We're going to just turn it on.
Turn it on. Okay, Here we go.
All right. So it's been about 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes, and you can see that some of the almonds aren't moving anymore. Well, I'm hoping you can see it. It's just kind of moving in one little space. And that's okay because it's starting to turn into butter. So at this point, about 2 minutes in, is when I just kind of shut the food processor off. And thank you, honey. And then I don't want to take this off here because the blade kind of gets funny, but you can see how it's still somewhat flaky, but not. It's kind of getting past that flour consistency, but it's like a real fine flour at this point. So I like to scrape the bottoms because that's where, when you're making any kind of nut butter in your food processor, it starts to get on the bottom first. So that's why I stop it. Plus, some of the stuff isn't processing, and only a little bit, because it's kind of just turning that blade right there in the center, and it starts to get so fine.
Right, you can see it.
So you just want to get it just a little bit like that, and then turn it back on.
Okay.
And we'll just do that one more time, and then we'll have our butter. So Let's zip it up, honey.
Take 2.
All right, it's been 2 more minutes, and we're really starting to get to that butter
Oh, wow. Look at that.
consistency. See, the butter is down here on the bottom.
Yes.
See that?
So you can really see it starting to kind of thicken up and turn into butter.
Starting to turn into butter and getting less flour-like. It takes a minute because you're doing this stuff in its purest form. You could buy raw almond butter, but I was just trying to do this in the most purest and unprocessed way possible. But I wouldn't be opposed to if you went out and bought pure almond butter and put it in here. It'd be a lot more expensive that way, but you wouldn't have to do
this is much more fun.
That's right, exactly. All right, what does it take 3?
Take 3.
Okay, we are there. It's just that simple. You just put the almonds in there and you blend them until you get butter. So here's the butter. So now you see I have fresh
amazing.
Almond butter, and I just had to stand here. My food processor did all the work.
And it didn't take too long. I would say in total, maybe 5-6 minutes.
Yeah, 5-6 minutes. And you know, it's a cup of raw almonds, which is really inexpensive.
Right.
And then I'm just going in here and I'm moving it around so that nothing's stuck under my blade. And I have all this beautiful butter all together.
Wow, so
and
cool.
You can see.
So cool.
It's all butter. So it's pretty much unstuck. I'm gonna move it around. And now that's the hard part. That's it. And now we're gonna put 1 cup of the steel cut oats, or like I said, you could use oat groats if you have them. I like to put those in next and get those kind of broken up a little bit because steel cut oats are, you know, a little bit like little tiny pebbles or something.
Right.
So we're just gonna break these up a little bit. Okay, here we go. All right, about 1 minute on the steel cut oats, mixing in with the nut butter to just sort of get that, help me out, muscle man.
Uh-oh.
What did I do wrong?
I don't know.
Uh-oh. We really gave this food processor a workout. It's like stuck.
Let me see.
There we go. Oh my gosh. All right. So it's just kind of together.
Wow,
and now,
look at that.
Now it's just more
and it's so moist.
Crumbly. It's very
Crumbly
moist. It's just kind of crumbly. And so this is when we add the dates at the end. And I just like to spread the dates out. Now these dates were just soft. They were at room temperature. So they're fine to put in here. When I start the dates, I like to pulse them a little bit and get them mixed up because if it just turns the food processor on, they kind of stay at the top.
Gotcha.
So I just want to go in here and pulse this a few times and then let it run. So let's go. So after you pulse it quite a few times, you'll see that it starts to come together, but there's still date pieces in here that you can see, but it's nice and incorporated. The dates aren't laying on the top anymore, but there's some bigger pieces of dates in here.
When you were pulsating, I could see how the dates were kind of moving up and down and in and out and incorporating itself into
coming together, you know, almost like the wet ingredient, if you will. The caramel that holds the cookie together. Yum! So now that happened, I'm just going to turn it on. Okay. So here we go. All right, so that's looking great. My food processor has been so good to me today.
Yes.
And
wow, that looks amazing.
And
it smells, oh my gosh,
really
it smells
good.
amazing.
It's just, you know, really a nice cookie dough, and it just kind of, when you put it together, it just kind of holds together. I didn't put any water or anything in here, and as you continue to grind it up, your nut butter is getting thicker. Everything is starting to come together.
And I can see it's just forming perfectly.
So you see how it's just
and it's moist.
Sort of a
so
ball.
Nice,
So it's really very moist. And so the way that we do this, so that's it. And you have this whole thing of cookie dough, and the good news about this kind of stuff is you can just sit here and eat it if you want to. So honey, bring the sheets over that we bake on. Right here, honey.
Oh, right here? Okay.
So for the dehydrator, I just put it right on the dehydrator tray. I don't put anything down. I just, so that it cooks on both sides evenly. And then for the oven, I just put it on a parchment lined sheet. And I'll just show you how I kind of do it. You can get about a dozen or a baker's dozen out of this batch.
Okay.
And then, honey, if you would get us a fork, because you want them to kind of be cute and look like peanut butter cookies. You don't have to do this unless you just kind of want to. But I get a ball about that size, maybe, you know, if you can see the palm of my hand. And I squish them down. And you know what? I don't even use baking powder or anything, putting them in the oven, nothing. So these are just pure and simple. So for the dehydrator tray, I just lay them there like that. And for the baking sheet, the same exact
And the
thing.
consistency, I wish you can see the consistency.
Yeah.
It's so moist and
Well,
it just firms
We're
together.
gonna show
Oh my
sort of
gosh.
the ones that are baked. 'Cause
Yeah.
we have some here. So bummer, honey, we have a whole nother batch of cookies. What are we gonna do?
Oh my gosh. I don't know.
Oh no, it's a problem. So, and then here, so they basically look the same. And then what I do is I just take a fork and just do the little cross hatch on them just to make them look like, you know, the old butter cookies.
So these are for the oven.
These are for the oven and these are for the dehydrator. So
Got it.
these go in the oven. I put mine on 325 convection. So if you don't have a convection oven, 350 degrees and for 15 minutes. So 325 convection, 15 minutes, 350, 15 minutes if you don't have a convection. This one, I just put them on the dehydrator tray. I put them in the dehydrator at 115 degrees for 6 hours.
Okay.
So either way, or you can eat it raw if you like, because it tastes good too. And here is some that we took out of the oven
Don't
and
they
the
look delicious?
dehydrator. So these are the oven baked ones. You can see they're a little bit browner than these ones that came out of the dehydrator. As far as consistency, these feel like an oven baked cookie, but they're not hard. See how sort of soft and moist they are. You know, honey, taste them.
I want the bigger half.
Okay. And then these are the ones that came out of the dehydrator. Still hold up really, really well, but just not as brown, more, I don't know, chewy and soft. They're both feel chewy and soft.
Yeah.
So why don't you taste the oven baked and I'll taste the dehydrator one.
Okay.
And
Salud.
Salud.
Okay.
Simple and delicious.
Wow.
You know what?
So good.
You
I like-
can't. Go ahead, honey.
Sorry, but I was gonna say I like how the nutty flavor corresponds with the sweets from the
Dates.
dates and incorporates itself with the steel cut oats. So it's kind of like a cross between an oatmeal peanut butter, although I know it's almonds, and then a sweet taste of dates. Oh my gosh, so good. Well balanced.
Is it crispy on the outside and soft on the inside, or what is it like?
No,
the oven?
it's crispy. No, it's soft on the outside and the inside.
Okay.
Not even compared to the.
The dehydrator one?
Yep. Let's see. Definitely softer.
But the
But
same taste
same
and
taste,
consistency?
same consistency.
So,
Wow,
listen.
so good,
to get such a sweet treat, one thing that I liked
Wow.
about it
so good.
was you're kind of crunching the steel cut oats while you're doing it. That was something that I was getting. I like things that are chewy and just kind of that texture.
Right.
When I'm eating something sweet, and they're sweet, but this is 3 whole pure ingredients. So this is awesome.
You guys are gonna like this
dessert.
one.
You're
You're
gonna
gonna like
it.
this one. You're gonna love this one. Actually,
So
this is
try
delicious.
it. And if you don't want to grind the almonds, buy raw almond butter. And if you eat peanut butter, use it with peanut butter. I mean, you know what I mean? It's very versatile. Just use 1 cup, 1 cup, and 1 cup. If
Right.
you don't have steel cut oats, use rolled oats. I mean,
So you can improvise depending on what you have, yeah.
improvise. I was just kind of showing for people that just want to eat raw completely, that you can do it raw, and for other people that just don't want to have anything processed. So just some ideas, but you can improvise where possible. If you're just like, man, those cookies look so good, I want to make them right now. Go get the ingredients that you have and make them.
Delicious. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so.
If you like this video, like this video. If you like us,
please subscribe.
Please subscribe. We do this for you.
Absolutely.
This is a out of the box home run. You are gonna love this one. So
he is my biggest fan.
Everyone's been asking for, you know,
desserts
and different sweets and stuff like that. So this is a great one. So I highly encourage it. So thanks, babe. Love you.
I love you
All right.
too. And we love you guys.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.